What's going on, everyone? Welcome to G-Ball Vision. Today, we're taking a look at the current state of my Spyderco collection, and we have a story time as well along with this. Now, before we get started, let us know down in the comments what you are carrying in your pocket today. And we're going to start off with Spyderco was an early staple in my collection. I started off with Buck Benchmade Spyderco. That's how I started off my collecting phase. And since then, it's been an interesting journey. I'm still all over the map. I'll still buy a budget knife and I'll still buy a more expensive knife, whatever that might be. And steadily, not as much recently, but I've still picked up some Spydercos along the way. And one of my most recent pickups is going to be the Spyderco Kapara here. And man, am I glad I picked this knife up. This is going to be a staple in my collection. It's not going anywhere. It's coming in S30V. It's got a beautiful belt satin finish on that modified drop point or modified Wharncliffe, whatever the hell you want to call that, bird beak of a blade. Whatever it is ultra useful. We have a cutout for deployment, Spyderco's trademark hole, and great action as well. Compression lock, and then we have carbon fiber for our handle material, and then this does come standard with a wire clip. It's a great size. Man, this is a great knife. It cuts extremely well, and it's not too overly heavy, even with the steel liners here. Just a very, very solid knife. The Spyderco Kapara. There's no telling what state we're going to open up some of these in, but the Spyderco Manix 2 here, this has been an odd one for me. This is the third one of these that I've had. I started out with the lightweight and I just did not like it. I even tried aftermarket clip and I didn't like the plastic scales. And then I finally landed on this G10 variant here, textured G10 M390. Beautiful satin blade shape. We have the cutout, of course, but I've never been a big fan of these plastic tabs that come on it, and they do make aftermarket tabs for that. I just wish, just added into the cost and just change that material to something else, right? Just do it. I mean, I guess that would hurt aftermarket and they probably don't care, but that's just me. That way I don't gotta do it. I'd rather not. But this thing has broken in beautifully, I should say, and it has made the tabs more pleasant than the previous two that I had. But very, very solid knife. Extremely comfortable. We have this nice texturing up the spine here and here. Just grips you in all the right places. USA made. This is sporting an aftermarket Lynch Northwest clip. And I forget what these are. I think these just come with the standard pocket clip, the regular old Spyderco clip, not a wire clip on the G10. But texturing here, the fine stuff, very, very good. A little bit on the spine here. Wish they'd run it out a little bit further, but not the end of the world. Very good action as well. Yeah. It's a good knife. I like the Manix 2. It's not, out of the collection of them that I have, it wouldn't be the first one I grab, but still a very solid knife. Next up, this is probably my most carried Spyderco, no question about it. This is the Cutlery Shop exclusive, and it's the Wharncliffe, obviously, in XHP. Beautiful, beautiful blade shape, and that coating is some great, great stuff that they do. I don't know which I like more, whether it's their satin finish or is it their coated finishes. That's been tough for me because I have several of both, and they both do the job. Orange G10 and I threw I think that's an MXG deep carry clip there, and it looks really, really damn good. Very, very good knife. I love the PM2, and the Wharncliffe is the best one in my opinion. This could be, you know, one A or B for me as far as favorite Spydercos that I have right now. I love the size, the blade shape, the steel. You get everything out of this that you could want. Pokey and piercy. You have that straight utility blade, great for all kinds of different cutting tasks, and then just so many different ways to grip the PM2. Such a fantastic knife and blade shape combo. Next up, we have the Spyderco Smock, and this is the M4 version with the satin blade. Beautiful blade shape here again, modified sheep's foot blade, whatever you want to call it. You have the cutout, and you have a rear flipper tab, which is a rarity on Spydercos. I wish we would see more of that just added in deployments. That would be awesome. Some different locks like the Smock has here with the button compression lock. More stuff like that is what we need from Spyderco, in my opinion. I like the stuff they always do, but we need to get some more stuff with new locks on them, or different locks than the compression lock. We have what do they run on this? Their standard clip, right? I put an MXG clip on this one as well, and it goes great. These are Raylight titanium scales. I call them Tetra scales. And not my favorite Spyderco, but I do really like this knife. Uh, it's good ergonomically. It's comfortable. Tons of different grips that you can do with the Smock. And then the blade shape is just similar to the PM2. It's just very on point. Very utilitarian, and you can do a lot of different things with a blade shape like that. And it's still pretty pokey for piercing tasks. Good size, not too small. M4 is a beast of a steel. Uh, this is the knife that made me start to like M4. Very good steel, especially from Spyderco, of course. But yeah, the Spyderco Smock in M4, that bad boy is never going to go anywhere. Next up, we have probably the second most carried of my Spydercos. This is the PM2 Tanto, and this is an S30V. I believe they did these in M4 as well, and I would have loved to have got my hands on one of those. But the different blade shapes that they run with the PM2, I'm a huge fan of. I currently don't own a standard PM2. I'm debating on which one to get at the current moment, but I'm not in a tragic rush. But love the Tanto blade shape here on this PM2, and I love this one for all the reasons I stated about the Wharncliffe variant. But we have a Tanto blade shape, and when I was doing carpentry work, this would often come in very handy when I carried it. So standard deep carry or standard lower mounted clip there, and four-way, of course. Love the four-way. And then the standard compression lock. Solid action here again. Once they break in, they just get eternally smooth. They're great. They take some of them don't, but some of them do, and it's usually the coated ones. They require a little bit of break in, but man, once they break in, they are very smooth. Next up, one of my favorites, and if you watch any of the unboxings that I do, I sometimes will put this one in there for comparisons, but the Cruwear variant here in the Para 3, love this thing. This one is a Knife Center exclusive from several years back. It's got the smooth G10. Love Cruwear. It is one of my favorite steels. It could be number one easily. But big fan of Cruwear, especially how Spyderco does it, and it mixed with this blade shape. It's just really, really solid. This makes a great secondary knife, and if you're carrying maybe a more premium knife or a more bougie knife, whatever you want to say, this is a great knife to have as a backup, as a user that you're going to use on stuff you might not put your normal. That's where I use this thing all the time. Uh, I'd have my more premium knife, whatever it is, and then have this as backup for just killing whatever I need to. And then this is sporting a Lynch Northwest clip here as well. And when I ordered this clip, I didn't know the difference between the cutouts and or not wasn't paying attention. But this comes with the standard clip as well. But like every Spyderco model, or most that they're still doing, there's a lot of aftermarket support for these knives, but I tend to keep them. I have no problem with the standard clip that they do. I actually find it very useful, especially for, if you're getting it out multiple times a day, it's a perfect clip. So that's why some of them have that clip, because I use them quite a bit. And then others I just kind of spruced up for the fun of it. And you still have access to the top of it when it's in your pocket anyway. So the clip really works out for the deep carry as well. But I've never been, disappointed with the clip. They could, probably change it up a little bit and make it carry a little bit deeper. But here again, the aftermarket would, start to suffer from that. But definitely one of my favorite Spydercos is the Cruwear Para 3. And then we have, for a couple of reasons, my favorite Spyderco, the Shaman. Now, this one's an S30V. This was a gift from a good buddy, and it has become my favorite. And this kind of showed up in the middle of my collection phase, I guess. It was two or 2.5 years ago, maybe, something like that. And it really has become my favorite Spyderco. This and the PM2 Wharncliffe are both my 1A, 1B favorites, and I'd love to get me a different steel as well on top of this one. I carry this one, but I don't tend to use it a whole lot just because it was a gift. I know he wouldn't care if I did beat on it, but I don't need to. And I carry it and I use it. I just don't beat on it and do dumb shit with it. So I did add a Lynch clip to this one, and that really spruces it up. That one's a specific clip, though, and you can't just go getting whatever Lynch clip you want. You have to get the specific Shaman clip, but that is going to be a four-way changeable as well. But if you have a little bit larger hand, this thing is just extremely comfortable. Tons of room to spread out if you want, and still the ability to really get up on the edge and power into something if you need. Get real precise with that low tip. Man, such a great design, though, in my opinion. And this one required a decent amount of break-in, but has broken in beautifully. It didn't. It took about a week to probably break this one in, but man, such a great knife. Absolutely love the Shaman. You guys will have to let me know. That one will wrap us up. What are some Spydercos that I should look at in the future? I'm thinking Sage 5, and there might be a couple other ones that are on the list, so to speak. You guys will have to let me know your thoughts. What Spydercos do you own, if any? Which one should I look at to pick up next? I love hearing from you either which way. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up for me. That helps push the video out there to more people. And if you're new to the channel here, Well, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe because I release videos just like this every single day, and you will love it here. I'll put up a couple of new videos on your screen. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.